Hello everyone and welcome back to Vic's Tarot Guidance. Welcome if you are new or if you're an old user of this channel. So what we have today is we're going to be asking Spirit about how does your person see you, or how do people see you in general if you don't maybe have a specific person in mind. So we're going to be asking a more general question of how do they see you. They can in this way be referred to, your specific person, or, people in general. How do people in general perceive you? How do they see you? All right. So we have 3 piles to choose from over here. Pile number 1 is going to be this beautiful rose quartz crystal. So this beautiful rose quartz. Pile number 2 is the emerald crystal. More darker shade of emerald here. This gorgeous emerald crystal for pile number 2. And pile number 3 is going to be this gorgeous amethyst crystal. All right. So there we have it. These are going to be our 3 piles for this reading. I just want to put this one like this. So yeah, I would like to invite you right now to just take a few deep breaths and just feel yourself embodied, feel yourself in your body, feel your awareness and your attention. Maybe just sink back a little bit more just as you take that deep inhale and exhale. You just can feel your attention settling back into your body. And as you're doing that, I would just like to invite you now to bring a specific person in mind and just feel into their energy a little bit. Maybe you can close your eyes as you do this, feel whatever you are guided to do. And then just feel towards which pile calls to you the very most. It can be, of course, a number, a crystal, just the flow of energy, or maybe you would like to pick with timestamps, which are also listed in the description box below this video for you guys. So you can pause the video right now if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. And before I forget, I also want to add that personal readings are currently still available, so if you would like to book maybe a personal reading with me, all the information about that is also listed in the description box below this video. So you can just contact me through my website, or you can contact me via email. All the contact information is of course listed in the description box below this video. So you can make sure to just check that out and then get back to me if you would of course like to book a personal reading with me. Alright, so without further ado and without anything else to say, I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1, or if you have picked this beautiful gentle rose quartz crystal. So if you have picked this crystal, let's just put it over here for Ganesha to guard. This is going to be your reading for how does your person see you, or how do they see you. If you are just referring to people in general. All right. So Spirit, we are asking the question of how do they see pile number 1? So how do people or their specific person see pile number 1? Rose quartz crystal. How do they see pile number 1, Spirit? Okay, so we have, wow, the devil coming through. So you have quite an intense energy about you, I'm sensing here. You also have the Father of Swords. Wow, really intense energy coming through here. Very strong, wow, masculine energy. And then now we have a shift. Okay, wow, very, very interesting. Yeah, let's see, we have the 5 of wands here as the bottom deck energy as well. All right, so let's get into this. This is quite an interesting energy that you have here. So we have the Devil card coming through. We also have the Father of Swords energy coming through. So with these, this is like a strong masculine energy here. It's just very logical, very rational. You are someone who I'm hearing does not take any bullshit or shit from other people. Like you are a very direct person, I'm sensing here. And then, well, we have a really big shift of energy here. So let's see. So we have also the Three of Cups here, representing love, joy, connection, friendship. I'm hearing abundance from spirit as well, but mostly just illumination and being able to really easily connect with other people. We also have the Sun of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups here. So I'm hearing from spirit that you are a person who really likes to give love, I'm sensing here. A person who is very loving, a person who is very open with their heart here, I'm hearing from spirit. We also have the High Priestess coming through. So you are a person who is in your person's eyes, or who is in people's eyes in general, very connected to spirit. You are a very mystical presence to people. Especially here, you know, also with the Devil card, you are a person who is in touch with your own shadow. You are a person who dives deep into your own shadow, and I'm hearing from spirit, basically you live there, like you live in your shadow, spirit is saying here, and that makes you terrifying. It makes you terrifying to people that you are so very much in touch with your own shadow, because it gives you that special, that strong power, you know. You hold such a strong power because you're so very much in contact with your shadow aspects over here, spirit is saying basically. And yeah, people can really feel into that. People can really sense this intensity, this strength of character with you. And yeah, it almost terrifies people, you know. It puts people on the back of their seat because they don't really know what to expect with you. Like people know not to play games with you or play around with you, because they can feel this strength of character here. They know that you are not a person to mess around with. And yet, you know, you have this incredible gentleness about you here. You have this incredible gentleness of character. You have this joyfulness when you connect to other people as well. So there is like this beautiful, like very uncanny way that you are for your person. It makes you fascinating to your person, I'm sensing here as well, you know. You have this incredible, beautiful, like almost opposition going on within you, but it's so beautifully unified as well. You know, there are no problems here with these two sides. It's basically who you are. It's what you live. And it is such a beautiful flow of energy that I'm sensing in here, and such a beautiful way of also being able to, you know, really emotionally communicate all of these things. Like you are a person who is also very intellectual, your person feels, and you are able to really ground your spiritual knowledge in the physical dimension. You're able to really ground these shadow aspects in your psyche, in your day-to-day life. You're not one that is going to be, I'm hearing, shattered or broken down in any way by the shadow aspects that you're delving into. You know, you have that incredible, immense strength of character, which also translates into your personal, your physical life, making you, you know, a magnet for manifesting. Here it is, spirit, hear it. I don't even know. Spirit is saying, so it makes you a really strong magnet for manifesting. And you are always in a way contained and connected to spirit, and also guided by spirit here. Spirit is saying basically, because you have this incredible way of connecting to spirit in general, you have this lack of resistance to anything that comes from the shadow realms here. So due to this fact that you have this lack of resistance to your shadow does not work in opposition to the lighter aspects of your psyche. So this makes you really contained. It makes you really connected to spirit. It makes you really in flow with spirit as well here. It makes you just really in a way working with spirit all the time. Sort of, I'm seeing almost like that hamster wheel, but the hamster wheel is the wheel of faith, the wheel of spiritual guidance here. And I feel like you are a person who really does strongly connect to where spirit is guiding you here. Like with the high priestess, you are a person who is so incredibly in tune with where spirit is guiding you, that it's almost, not possible for you to go any other way than the way that spirit is guiding you towards. It's almost like you're so very strongly strapped into the road or the car that spirit is driving, that it's impossible for you to break free almost. It's almost like you are the baby that's strapped into the car that spirit is driving, basically, with these 3 cards here. And yeah, that's it. It's like you have no other way. When things come up that need healing, almost, it's like you have no other choice but to heal that. It's like that is the natural thing for you to do. And due to the fact that you have so little resistance to doing that, it just comes so easily to you. And then spirit can be able to guide you more and more and more, because as you release more resistance, as you release all of that baggage, let's say, spirit can be able to step in more and more and give you clearer messages. And you are a person who is very susceptible and also very perceptive of that, perceptive of what spirit is guiding you towards, what spirit is teaching you as well. That's been like a little bit of a reading into you, but also your person does feel into that energy very strongly. They feel like you're a person who is very connected to spirit, a person who is very in tune with your intuition. They really admire that about you as well here. Spirit is saying like they incredibly admire how you're able to just do what you feel called towards doing. Your person is recognizing that takes a lot of guts to do. They're recognizing how courageous you are for following your intuition the way you do, for following your love, self-love, for also having so much self-trust, for having that courageousness about you that allows you to trust yourself so very deeply that you're always, in a way, on the right path, that you're always guided by your intuition here. And they feel also like this aspect of you is a little bit scary. This aspect of you, because you have so little resistance here, it feels like, people who have more resistance than you, they are more triggered by just being able to go with the flow almost. But it's not just going with the flow. It is recognition, a rational, logical recognition of where spirit is taking you here. It's not like you are just, a spontaneous little animal, just, almost like a little puppy or little kitten, just going with the flow. I'm not sensing into that energy with you at all. It's like you are a very rational being. You are someone who is coming from a very rational space, of where you want to go, and you take spiritual messages and you translate them, you calculate them, you in a way you think them over. You're not just someone who is going to impulsively do something. You're going to rather just do things in a very mature way. You're going to think it over. You're going to think the spiritual messages over. You're going to think your lessons over, you know. And that is what, in a way, makes you terrifying. It makes you a force to be reckoned with, Spirit is saying here, from in the perspective of your person, you know, or in the perspective of the general populace that you are asking about here. You know, it makes you so uncanny, so different, and it tends to trigger people, or it tends to trigger your person a little bit as well, because they have a lot more resistance to themselves, to where Spirit is taking them. So, and also there is this trouble that people have in a way grounding the spiritual messages more, grounding them in the personal life, grounding them in the physical, and basically living them. And people tend to think that, you know, this spiritual dimension is somewhere different than the physical dimension, but you in a way are a representation of how you're able to unify the two, how you're able to unify the spiritual and the physical dimension. And that is something that people can sometimes get triggered by, because they are unable to do that with such ease and grace that you do it, you know. That grounding of knowledge, almost, that grounding of principles, grounding of spiritual principles in the physical. You are incredibly, incredibly intelligent here, like you are incredibly perceptive, especially when it comes to spiritual truths. Like you're so fucking perceptive of that here. You're so good at integrating things when they come up as well. And yeah, you know, it makes people feel triggered. What can I say? You know, it makes people feel like they have to look at themselves more because of this, because you are this representation of what can be done. People get triggered by that because they feel like they have to do that as well, because it is, you know, your representation of what they want to do and what they want to have in their own lives as well here. Yes. So now moving on again back to the Three of Cups here and the Son of Cups. Like this is such a beautiful contrast here, because this is a lovely energy. This is an energy of friendship, of understanding, of being joyful with people. So even though you have this aura or this atmosphere of being so, you know, spiritually in tuned and triggering people through this, you also tend to have like this beautiful, beautiful, gentle character of being. You have this kindness about you, you have this openness about you, you have this understanding and love about you that people feel drawn towards. You also have so much love to share with people, and you often do share a lot of love with people as well, whether it's in communication, whether it's, you know, just passing someone on the street. You have this gorgeous, incredible sense of loving others about you that's coming through here. You have this ease of relating to other people as well. This of course comes also with this working on the shadow and feeling strongly integrated within one's own self, so you can then, you know, step out of yourself and really connect to people in that heart to heart way. And people feel into that. People really respond well to you. You have a very ease-like going into the relationships. You have this way of relating to others with such ease and grace here, with such friendship, with such joy. You know, you approach others with this sense of enthusiasm, with this sense of passion, with this sense of love, with this openness also, while at the same time you remain really grounded in yourself here with the Three of Cups here, you know. And yeah, people really can feel into that. People respond very positively to you as well. People respond to you with a lot of optimism. You know, you tend to leave a mark on people as well here. And your person is recognizing all of these traits about you. You know, they are almost mesmerized by how easily it is for you to connect with others, how easily you make others feel at ease in your presence, which is like a contradiction almost to this energy, but not really. You know, it's what you are. You do have both of these aspects within you, and sometimes these more witchy, shadowy vibes are the ones that are more apparent. But often, you know, when you communicate and are in contact with others, these aspects of being friendship oriented, being a friend to others, being joyful, being open to others, it's what's apparent. I'm not saying also that this is not, you know, a part of this aspect, this witchy, shadowy aspect almost, you know. This is all integrated. And it is also that in the communication with other people, they feel into this aspect of you. They feel like you are a deeply spiritual person. I feel like that's especially visible through your eyes here. That in communicating with others, even though you are, you know, very joyful, very spiritual, very open, you know, that almost, you know, girl next door vibe, really open, really optimistic, just accepting, you know, and being very perceptive as well. You know, the people that you're with recognize, or the person that you're asking about, they recognize this depth to you through your eyes and through your gestures, how you look and where you look. I'm especially hearing where you look. Like you have this sense of sometimes just looking into the distance, but there is this intensity to that. There is not just the sense of daydreaming. There is a sense of tapping into deeper knowing, tapping into deeper knowledge, tapping into something that is not usually apparent to people in the physical dimension. You represent an energy that is incredibly different here, an energy that is something other than what your person or what people are usually used to receiving in their day-to-day communications or interactions with other people. And to be honest, yeah, we have the Five of Wands as the bottom deck energy. So this confuses your person, or this confuses people, you know. This aspect of you as you are so open, so joyful, so, you know, vulnerable almost. How you can be just this feminine representation here with the Son of Cups. And at the same time, you know, you have this strength to you. So you have these opposing aspects almost. You have strength, you have vulnerability, and you are almost like a mastermind of expressing both of these. You are a mastermind of expressing the gentle qualities of giving love and receiving love, and you are a mastermind of standing your ground, being there for yourself, not letting, you know, others boss you around, or not taking bullshit from others, because you are a person who stands your ground. You are a person who does what they are called to do here with all of these cards, basically the Devil, the Father of Swords, the High Priestess here. And yeah, that you know, that sorry, that trips up your person a little bit here with the Five of Wands. You know, they don't know where exactly to put you. You are someone different, that they feel like you go in many different directions, and yet you are such a beautiful unity of all of that. And it's what makes you incredibly attractive as well here, I'm sensing, with your person, you know. They think about you a lot, I'm sensing, because of this, because they can't pigeonhole you into one box. They cannot just, you know, put you in one box and say, yeah, that's the name of you watching that. You are someone who transcends limitations, someone who transcends being put a label on here, I'm sensing. So yeah, let's see What do you want to do? Let's get maybe a few more cards. So how does pile number one's person see them? Pile number one's person, how do they see them, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles coming through. And we also have here, yeah, another Devil card. So interesting. So yeah, you know, like your person is really saying that you are this incredible person, really connected to spirit, really connected to the unconscious. So, you know, if you're an iceberg, this is what they see, and this is what's going on in the background. This is what you have come in contact with in order to become this Queen of Pentacles. It's very beautiful that your person, or that people can recognize that about you. Also, just saw 2222 on my camera. That might be a message for some of you as well. So yeah, it's very beautiful that people can be able to recognize this about you, you know, this aspect that you have been through a lot. And the way that you have integrated this, and the way that you have the way you rose above that, you know. I'm also just coming into contact with the song of, I think it's Seether or something like that, Seether, something like that. It's a band, it's like hard rock metal band. They have a song, Rise Above This. It might resonate with some people. I'll put it in the description box below. But yeah, you know what I'm sensing is you have this strength of character, this ability to rise above hardships, rise above the unconscious that is coming up for you to be healed. And you have this incredible strength and ability to transcend this, to change this, and to make yourself become the Queen of Pentacles here, to transcend the hardships and mold them into something that then serves you in a way that levels you up, in a way, levels you up in life, makes you feel really grounded, contained within yourself, very, very aligned with your own sense of purpose, with your own sense of being. I just really do want to comment again that it's incredible and incredibly beautiful that your person can be able to perceive this about you. I feel like they have also so much admiration for you because of this, because you are so open. We also have here the, what's this? I can't remember. The hanged man, the hanged woman, hanging here as the bottom deck energy. So, you know, your person recognizes how good you are at metamorphosis here, how good you are at listening to the seasons, you know, how the seasons change when you have to go in hibernation, when you have to go in your little cocoon in order to become a new butterfly, in order to become something else. Your person fucking admires that about you. Like, I'm swearing here because I want to really say and put strength on those words, because yeah, they really admire you for your strength and your character, and how in a way you make it easy, you make the spiritual journey easy, but also, you know, they know how hard it can be, and they admire you for having the guts to go through it over and over and over again, and they admire for who you are becoming throughout all of this work, and how dedicated you are, they're saying, you know, they recognize all of that. They might not really recognize all of that consciously, they might not have made it all conscious yet, especially how, you know, how much work you had to put into this, but it's there, it's like on the periphery, of consciousness. They are aware of it. It's just not, you know, explicitly conscious. It's how you're maybe aware of the room now as I'm talking about these things in this video. But now that I have mentioned the room, you are aware of the room, right? So in that way, your person is very aware of this in an implicit way, in a pre-reflective way, if you allow me to use some of the more philosophical terms. So yeah, they have not, you know, truly reflected on this, but they are aware of it nonetheless. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have for you here, my beautiful pile number one. This was such a beautiful and exciting, exhilarating reading. I really enjoyed tapping into this energy for you guys. So thank you so much for sharing this energy with me. I do hope this reading resonates. Do let me know how it resonates down below in the comment section. Also, if you would maybe like a personal reading, all the information is available in the description box below. Do send me an email or book a reading through my website. I do not offer any other type of contacts or ways of coming into contact with me to do your personal reading. So only through my website or through my email account. The link to the website is either way going to lead you to my email account. So yeah, that's it. You can also find prices and everything else listed also on the website if you would like to check that out before you write to me and try to book a reading. So yeah, thank you again for sharing your beautiful energy with me, my beautiful pile number one, the rose quartz crystal. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again soon in one of my readings. Have a good day, and bye-bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number two, or if you have picked this beautiful darker green emerald crystal, this is going to be your reading. I'll just put this here towards Ganesha so they are guided and guarded. Alright, so let's get into your reading, my beautiful pile number two. So we're going to be asking, how do they see you? This can be about your person, or it can just be about people in general. This is of course a general reading, so do make the messages fit the way you feel like they fit for your specific situation. Also, if you feel like a certain message does not fit for your situation, please do not make it fit for you guys. Do just leave that for someone else if the message does not fit, because not everything is of course going to fit your specific situation due to this being a person, due to this being of course a general reading. Yeah. Alright, so let's get into it now. So for pile number two, spirits, so the people who chose the emerald crystal, we would like to know, how do they see them? How does their person, how do people in general see them? So how do they see them? How do they see them? Do they see you? Pile number two. How do they see pile number two, spirit? Wow, so many. I'll just take this. So we have the Seven of Cups here. Okay, we also have the Star, the Empress. No, this one doesn't want to come out. All right, what else? What else, Spirit? How does pile number two's person see them? We have Death. Interesting. We have Death. How this works. Okay. Interesting. Wow, very, very interesting cards here. All right, so of course we have the Seven of Cups here. We have the Star card as well. We have the Empress card. We also have Death coming through for you guys here. Very interesting energies. So we also have, how should I put this? We also have the Ten of Wands. we have the Two of Cups, we have the Three of Cups. I also feel like I want to get like one or two more cards here. So, okay, so we have the Ace of Wands reversed here. All right, maybe one more card, Spirit. And we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Okay. Very interesting. So let's see. With the Seven of Cups, how do they see you? They see you as someone who is very dreamy, as someone who doesn't necessarily live in the physical dimension. Your person does recognize that you are a very dreamy person, that you are a visionary of some kind. They see you as someone who is sometimes, in a way, sometimes you leave this place almost. That's what they're saying. You feel like you sometimes leave this place as though you're somewhere far, far away. Not really connected to this physical world that we live in, they're saying. You have this very dreamy quality about you as well, but you do tend to like have this way of almost drifting off or shutting yourself off to something else. And your person is a little bit unsure about what that is. So what are you doing? Where are you going? Like they find themselves questioning what you're doing and where you're going when you are doing these things. Or when they find you, maybe just staring off into the distance, very deep in thought. But it doesn't feel like you are worried about this. It doesn't feel like you are someone, bogged down by pressures or stress of day-to-day life. It just feels like you connect to something that they feel is beyond themselves or beyond their grasp. And this they find it very fascinating, this mysticism about you here. They feel like it's very hard to grasp or very hard to come into contact with. Here with the Ten of Wands, I'm feeling like when you connect to yourself in this way, they feel like they can't relate to that. It feels like they are stuck in a very, very thick bush or very, very thick forest, and they can't see through to what you're doing or where you are looking at, or what you're thinking about or what you're connecting to. It is something that's very alien to them. But that makes you also very attractive in a sense, your person is saying. It makes you very irresistible, interesting. They are saying that they find you alluring because of this quality, because of this mood that you sometimes take up, and they recognize that. They find it very dreamy in a sense. They find it very seductive, very enchanting about you as well. And yeah, they are very curious about this here with the Ten of Wands. Like, it's something that is in their mind almost, but not in their mind in sense of them thinking a lot about this. It's mostly just a sense of curiosity, just a very passionate sense of curiosity about where you're going, what you're doing. And yet they feel like they cannot ask you about this. The reasons for that are of course going to be different for all of you, but your person feels like they cannot ask about what you're doing when you drift off, or when you shut off in a way and go into a different sphere of existing. It feels almost like a mystic way of connecting to something else here. And your person's, in a way, they do recognize that, spiritually, in the emotional body and in the spiritual body, they do recognize that. It might be that for some of you, your person is not yet on that level of spiritual development that they would be able to come into contact with this type of atmosphere, this type of being, let's say, this type of living. And that is why they have this veil almost around their perception. And that's why they feel like this, they feel this enthusiasm, but also this sense of being burdened by not being able to connect to things the way that you connect to things. Your person recognizes you here, like with the Empress, with the star, as someone very beautiful, as someone unique, as someone one of a kind. You have and represent very beautiful, gentle, romantic gestures. You represent the divine feminine towards your person. You represent the aspects of nurturing, the aspects of taking care of someone else, the aspect of, nurturing oneself, loving oneself, being gentle, being allowing. Just that gentle feminine energy of being allowing, of accepting what is, of accepting oneself and accepting the other person, and just allowing things to be the way that they are. This is a very gentle feminine quality of allowing, of just letting things be the way that they are and just accepting them the way that they are, without judgment, without any type of pressure put upon them to be something that they are not. And your person is very drawn to this feminine gentleness that you carry within yourself. They're also very drawn to your beauty, that feminine, gentle energy that you have about yourself. This, of course, does apply to both the man and the female, the male and the female, sorry. I'm just talking about energies here. This, of course, is the feminine and the masculine is represented in both of us. So these two aspects, these two energies are something that all sexes carry, or genders carry in a way. So it doesn't matter what you identify with or what gender you are. You do have the gentle feminine and the more strong masculine qualities within yourself nonetheless. So yeah, you have this gentleness. Your person is recognizing this allowance of being, this allowance and letting things be the way that you are, the way that they are, sorry. And they recognize you as someone who is incredibly beautiful. You draw them towards yourself here. You draw their eye. When you are around somewhere, they feel drawn towards you. They feel like a moth to a flame. You are someone different. You do carry a different energy in your field in regards to your person, and it might even be something that is spiking feelings of love in them. They feel very drawn to you. They feel very connected to you. You have a type of energy that your person is just incredibly drawn towards, the type of energy that they can really resonate with in some way. Also the type of energy that they feel like they should maybe at a point learn to embody. This is also why maybe they feel like they are so very attracted to you, because they recognize things that you already have that they don't, and that they want to one day in a way embody or work on. This is basically just a very spiritual way of looking at attraction here. They recognize this aspect within you, and they feel like they have not yet matured enough spiritually, let's say, to bring that into their own life, and yet they feel the potential is there, and they want that for themselves here as well, as we were talking about before with the 10 of Wands here. So they want that, and they feel that attraction towards you because you do have that already. You already have that connection to spirit that your person craves here. Hence such strong attraction towards you. Hence this curiosity and this drawing force that they feel, this magnetic force that they feel towards you here with the Two of Cups and with the Star card. Your person does consider you to be someone very hopeful in a way, someone magnetic. Your person recognizes that you have so much light within yourself and so much beauty within yourself, and they feel very drawn to you for that. They feel drawn towards your personality, your way of doing things, basically, your whole atmosphere, the way that you are. They feel very drawn to you, and you eclipse other people. It feels like when you are around them, other people appear to them as these little flakes, these little stars that have no color, basically. You light up their world, you color their world. They're saying your person is very much I'm feeling here, in a way, in love. They feel very drawn to you. They feel like magnetically drawn towards you. And they're also very impressed here by your ability to love and connect to other people. They are very impressed by your joyful personality, by your enthusiasm, by your ability and friendship to connect to others. Your ability to just be so friendly and so open and so loving towards others. As I'm connecting to this card, I'm feeling like, my solar plexus and my heart is very open. And it's just such a beautiful energy of being in self-confidence while still being in connection to other people. And this is how your person sees you. They see you as someone who is very self-confident and someone who is very much, in tune with other people. Someone who can very gently connect and establish rapport with other people. Someone who is very good at establishing relationships with other people here as well. Someone who is also very good at listening and feeling into other people. Someone who allows other people to be who they are, and admires that, admires that for what it is, as an expression of spirit, in a sense here. So yes, also with the Death here, I'm sensing like your person or people in general recognize that you have been through a lot, that you have gone through a lot in your life, that you have maybe had to face death of a loved one, death of someone that you really cared about, or maybe multiple deaths of people that you cared about as well. This can also maybe just refer to your own death, your own situation of, having had to die multiple times in order to be who you are today. Having had gone through so many transformations, so many maybe heartbreaks of sorts to be who you are now. I'm also just, reminded of a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche right now. He talks about the snake that is not able to shed its skin, that snake, has to die. And yet, this is especially that area where the snake, to me, feels like the snake has shed its skin. It might also be that you have gone through a very strong transformation in the past month or past year, for example. And your person sees that within you. They recognize that you have gone through something very important, something very crucial for your own personal development, for your own spiritual, emotional, and so on development here. And they recognize this. They sense this. They sense that the energy around you has changed. They sense that something about you is very different now than it was before. For those of you that have known your person for quite a long time, like they feel like the energy about you has changed drastically from what it was before, from what they know you as. That's only for those of you who have known your person for a very long time. Your person is also recognizing that you're a very hard worker, that you do tend to work hard on what you believe in, what you're passionate about. And yet this is not the type of passion that you let others know about as much. Maybe this is the type of passion that only selected few get to see or get to sense into. But this feels to me like you have a passion, you have an interest, or a cluster of interests that you are very interested in here with the Seven of Pentacles and with the Ace of Wands in reversed. It feels to me like you have a strong like background passion, a passion that fuels this work that you put into whatever it is that you are passionate about, whatever it is that you very much believe in and are committed to in your life. And your person recognizes this commitment, this passion that is somewhere there in the distance, somewhere there in the background, influencing your actions, influencing your decisions, influencing your day-to-day life, influencing what you do in the physical dimension, how you work, how you interact with people, what you choose to say, what you choose to do, and so on. Like they really recognize that there is an intense passion behind this, an intense aspect of growing something that is behind everything that you do in your day-to-day life, everything that you are committed to in your day-to-day life. Your person really recognizes this almost nascent passion within you, something that is there in the background influencing your decisions, and they feel like this is a very strong commitment that you have towards whatever it is that you are here guided towards doing. All right, so let's see what else comes through for you guys. Let's see what else. So Spirit, for pile number 2, how do they see you? How does pile number 2's person see pile number 2, Spirit? So we had one card flip through. All right, so we have the 8 of Pentacles here. So exactly what I was talking about before. They recognize your hard work. They recognize your commitment. They recognize that you are someone who is very committed to what you believe in, and that you are willing to work hard in the physical dimension to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, or to get to the goal that you want to get to. There is this how shall I put this intensity to you, this intense drive towards something that you want, something that you believe in here with the 8 of Pentacles. And there is this intense drive to do what needs to be done, this understanding that you do have to put in the work in order to get something out in the physical dimension, that you have to have this perseverance, this endurance in terms of energy towards getting and manifesting what you want. And yet this is not something that comes in a hard way to you. It's not something that you have to sacrifice for. It's something that's fueled by passion here. It's something that's fueled by your commitment to yourself here as well. Something that's fueled by the sense of self-love, and doing this because it is something that you need to do. It is the pressure that you choose to do, not the pressure that is put upon you to do, And that's why it's not stressful, because it's something that you choose to do consciously, something that you commit to, something that you get to do, not have to do here with the 8 of Pentacles. And your person really recognizes that about you here as well. So yeah, what else, Spirit? Also, just to add a little bit more, they really admire this. They really admire this hard work, this commitment to whatever it is that you're passionate about here, and this way that you choose to go about this way that you choose to endure in the field or in the aspect of your life that you want to grow, and the way that you go about persevering, working slowly and steadily towards it. It's something that your person really admires about you here as well. They feel very drawn to you. They feel like you are a very strong being for being able to work in this way and work in this area of life the way that you do. All right, so what else, Spirit? So for pile number 2, what else would you like to say? Maybe one more card. So how do they see you for pile number 2? How does pile number 2's person see them? How do they see pile number 2, Spirit? All right, so we also have the 5 of Pentacles. So this to me feels like you have this strong commitment to the divine feminine here, that you have this strong commitment to the Divine Mother. We also have the Queen of Pentacles as the bottom deck energy here. So you have this incredible commitment to the goddess that you are, to embodying the goddess that you are. You might not, be there yet, but there is this strong commitment to become the divine feminine or become the divine masculine, to basically embody the elemental consciousness. Also with the snakes being here, snakes are the embodiment in a way of that elemental consciousness, that the elements of the universe in a sense, the way that dragons are as well. And they have this sleekness to them, this gentleness, this unimposing quality to them. And yet they have so much trust. Your person recognizes how much trust you have in spirit here, how much trust you have in yourself, in your divine feminine aspect, in your power of doing what you want, or of achieving what you want. There is this unwavering sense of trust in you that your person is recognizing. Even if you're sometimes going through something hard in your life, there is this unwavering sense of trust to you that your person recognizes, and they feel very drawn to that. They feel very much, they are in a sense in such great feeling of respect towards you, to be able to feel this sense of trust, almost like sense of self-trust as well, but also trust in spirit, trust that the universe has your back here, trust that you are guided by spirit here, that you are guided by your ancestors, that you are guided by your past life situations, for example, as well. You might also be someone who connects, or is feeling into past lives with Atlantis or Lemuria here, with these little crystals here, almost like glass crystals, but it's reminding me of a time of Atlantis, of a time of Lemuria. You might be a spirit that really recognizes that aspect of a past life within yourself, and that's something that is guiding you, that's something that is fueling your passion, that's something that's a building block or guiding force for your life. And your person recognizes that there is something deeply mystical about you here, that there is something that you are connected to that is, transcending them, as we were saying before in the beginning, something that you are very committed to, something that you are holding here, and something that you are, grounded in, with the Queen of Pentacles as the bottom deck energy. This is the type of energy you are grounded in. This is not something that you are, necessarily developing. It's something that you have grown into, something that has molded you, something that has grown you here with the Death card. You have let out your skin of you, who you were before, and you let yourself be molded into this Queen of Pentacles. You let spirit do that. You let spirit guide you, to mold you into who you are today. And your person is saying that they, feel that. They feel very drawn to that. They feel very drawn to this aspect of you, to this femininity that you carry within yourself, this gentleness, this stillness of your being, this almost emptiness here, but emptiness as not an emptiness of there being a lack of something, or there being something that does not exist. This to me feels like the womb now. It's reminding me almost of the void, but the void is the place where things grow. And with the Death card, they feel like you have really embodied that. I'm sensing like within yourself this divine feminine force. You are embodying it within you by becoming the void in a way, by becoming the place where things are allowed to grow, by allowing yourself to become the place where things are allowed to grow, basically. By allowing yourself, by that I mean, of course, your psyche, your body, your consciousness, your awareness, you know. You are allowing your awareness to be that void, that maternal aspect, you know, that womb where things grow, where new life starts to flow, meaning of course of new life, new consciousness, new awareness, new insights, new understanding of the world here. And yeah, your person is very drawn to you because all of that comes into this magnetic force that you are, this magnetic star that you are. All of that, you know, almost builds up into this star card here. And it makes them feel very much in love with you here with the Two of Cups. This can, of course, be a platonic or romantic love. Take that as it resonates for your situation, but they definitely feel very drawn to you. They admire you a lot for this. They feel very drawn to these qualities of you, especially also because they feel like they should learn to embody that within their own lifetime on earth right now as well. So yeah, that's all I have for you right now, my beautiful pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated for you guys. Let me know how it was for you in the comment section down below. I would really like to hear your thoughts and how this reading was for you guys. Also, you know, if you would maybe like a personal reading from me, all the information is in the description box below this video, so make sure to check that out as well if you feel guided towards that, if you feel guided towards a personal reading or a more personal reading of energies in regards to your situation. All of the prices and everything is also listed on my website, and there is also a link to where you can, you know, jump to the booking process, so where it just leads you towards my email address. So if you would like to check that out, all of the information about prices and everything is on my website, which is also in the description box below this video. So that's it for that. I would like to thank you again for sharing your energy with me today. It was truly a pleasure to read for you today, and I'm wishing you all the best on your continued life journey. Take care and bye-bye, you guys. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3, or if you have picked this gorgeous amethyst crystal, this is going to be your reading for how do they see you. This can, of course, be about a specific person, or it can just be about people in general. So how do people in general perceive you? What do they think of you? What do they think you're like? Or, of course, it can be about a specific person. What does a specific person think you are like? Okay, so let's get into it right now. So, Spirit, we are asking for pile number 3. How do they see them? How do people, or how does their specific person perceive them? How do they see them? Okay, so let's take this one and this one because they jumped out so that I saw them. Alright, so what else for pile number 3, Spirit? How do people see them? How do people see them? Let's get a few more cards now and then let's just jump into the reading. Okay, so the people also see as the Lovers here. Okay, and the Two of Cups, interesting. Let's see what else for pile number 3. For pile number 3, Spirit, anything else? Okay, and this one. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough for now. Okay, so let's see. We have the 3 of Wands in reversed. We also have the 10 of Pentacles coming through for you guys. We have the Lovers card coming through for you guys. We also have the Two of Cups coming through for you guys, and also the Six of Swords coming through for you guys here. It's swords, right? Yeah, I always get swords and wands confused with this one. Okay, so we also have then the Four of Swords coming through. We have the Emperor coming through reversed. We also have the Ten of Wands coming through for you guys. Let's get two more cards so that this is like a complete little spread here. So Spirit, two more cards please for pile number 3, the Amethyst crystal. How do they see them? The people, or how does their person see pile number 3? So we have the Six of Wands coming through here. And we also have the Mother of Wands coming through for you guys. Okay. We also have the Chariot here as the bottom deck energy. All right, so let's get into it. I'll just put this here. Let's get into this video. I feel like with the Three of Wands, people feel like you're a very expansive person. You're a person who has many ideas, many different things going on for you. Sometimes people almost think like or feel like you have almost too much going on for you, and you're always, starting new things, starting new projects. Or your person feels like that. They feel like you are a bit all over the place, like you have your foot in many different areas of life that are not necessarily, in a way corresponding to each other. Like you are a jack of so many different traits. Your person sees you as, being good at many different things and just doing a lot of little things in many different areas, basically. That's just the general overview of how your person, or how people in general see you. They see you as this person who has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, but doesn't necessarily, very much step into one thing. They aren't, like a specialist in one thing. Just, know a lot of things about many different things. In that way, your person feels like you know a lot, you're very expansive, you're almost like a bit unpredictable in this way as well. Unpredictable in this way of not knowing where you're going to turn next or what you're going to do next. It's almost like this feeling of being a bit hyperactive, of being like very enthusiastic about a thing for a shorter period of time, and then in a way dropping it or not putting that much attention into it anymore. This is like giving me also strong vibes from Hank, that I don't think he's a brother from John Green, I think so. Hank Green, basically. Yeah, this is giving me strong Hank Green vibes. It's that kind of energy, the energy that he has, that he's into so many different things, and just carrying those things out, but never really, just properly delving deep into one thing, such as his brother, John Green, who is a writer and, tends to do that along with like a few other things, but that's like the thing that he does. But, with Hank Green, he's all over the place. He's done, lectures, YouTube videos, wrote a book, is doing other things, like a million different things at the same time. That's how your person sees you. They see you as this expansive type of energy, but also a little bit hyperactive, a little bit uncontrolled. They feel like they cannot or wouldn't be able to control or fit into this because you're a fast moving person, it feels like here. Also with the Ten of Pentacles here, your person does see you as someone, or people do see you as someone who has it all in a way, someone who has a very beautiful home, someone who has the physical life or the material world around you in order. So that's how you come across to other people. It might be just in a matter of how you dress or how you speak, or just the manner of how you come across is just someone who has their life, or just the physical aspect of it, the material aspect of it very much together. This might not really be the case from your personal perspective, but from the perspective of your person, or from the perspective of people in general, this does seem like the case. You seem like a very put together person. You seem like a person who is very much getting it, having it together. I don't know. I'm not sure how to properly say it. You seem like a person who has it together in a sense, who has the physical life together, the job aspect together, the finances together, and so on. You feel like a very practical person in this respect to your person, or in towards people in general as well. You're also someone who knows how to direct your energy when you're doing something. Like, you do tend to give a lot of energy towards something when you're doing it, even though you sometimes jump from one thing to the other. But when you're doing the thing, you do tend to give a lot of energy into it. You tend to be like this, almost like a whirlpool or something like that type of energy, where you just get your energy sucked into one thing, and then that thing becomes your life for a little while, but then another thing comes along, and then you grasp that and evolve around that type of area, or that type of new energy coming into you. So in that way, you are indeed very expansive person here. You do tend to latch on to things quickly, jump into them, and then go another way. It's a very fast moving energy here that I'm sensing as well. It's the type of energy that doesn't slow down for anyone really. It's the type of energy that moves a lot. And here with the Lovers, like, I'm feeling into these birds, and how birds migrate. And it does feel like you tend to do that, like you migrate often from the perspective of your person, from one thing to the other. But also, they feel like you don't necessarily forget about your loved ones in the process. Yet your person is worrying about that. They are worrying about that, but I'll get into that in a moment. But just from the perspective of this, your person does feel like there is a different perspective when it comes to loved ones. So you're not just using this same type of energy when it comes to your loved ones. You're not the one to just jump from one relationship to the other, but your person does feel like you're very committed. You do find that one person and then you stick with them. They also feel like you are a very romantic soul here. And also with the 10 of Wands coming through here and below the Lovers card, I am sensing like your person does feel like there is a bit of an insecurity growing inside of them, because they might feel like you might move on too quickly from this relationship that you might have with them. They feel like you might, find something else and jump into something else very quickly and just forget about them, or not put too much attention on this relationship. They basically feel like you're not going to be as grounded in relationships, and that the relationships are going to take a similar spin as the other things in your life, just jumping from one thing to the other. And that's basically their insecurities here with the 10 of Cups. This is like an energy that they feel is weighing on them a little bit. It's not something that they necessarily think about often. It's not something that they, would rag their head over, or, be very anxious about. Often it's just something like a tension, something that is there that just feels a little bit off, something that feels like, oh no, this might go wrong. But it's not even a thought, it's not a thought, it's more like a feeling, it's more like a tension in the body. That's how it feels like with the 10 of Wands here. They might also feel like you have, so many things on your plate that you might not sometimes have enough time for relationships or to develop this romantic side that they would want to develop with you. Of course, only take this as it resonates, and if it resonates for you, this is not a message for all of you watching this pile. This is just a message for a few select ones of you who do resonate with this type of romantic exchange or romantic relationship, where your person feels like, they might be left behind in your fast moving energy. So yeah, your person also does consider you a very romantic soul, a very romantic creature. They think about spending, very beautiful romantic times with you, just having drinks with you, maybe bonding over a drink of wine. I'm just, picturing or seeing like a picture of two people just sitting on the couch or sitting at a table and just, conversing with each other, being in a very chill, calm mood, and just talking to each other, sharing stories, sharing life perspectives, sharing knowledge, and so on. So that type of emotional bonding and beautiful energy exchange, where there is no one person giving too much and the other person giving too little. Sorry, that's just my notification going off in the background. So there is this beautiful, like, equal energetic exchange here between the two of you, I'm sensing. And your person considers you like this very giving soul, but also a soul that is not going to give too much. They consider or see this sense of you where you give equally to what you are given, if that makes sense for you guys. You do give as much as you are given. You feel into the mood of the room, and you feel into the mood of the person, and then you, in a way, balance yourself or just mold yourself to that mood or to that person. That's the type of energy that I'm sensing into, almost like an empath type of energy, but also just someone who does have that chameleon vibe down, someone who is very much a chameleon when it comes to people or different situations, which might also be why you are so good at all of these different trades and things that you do, because you can easily switch from one mentality to the other type of mentality, type of doing things, one type of performance and then the other type of performance. You're very quick moving here with the Chariot on the bottom of the deck when it comes to all of this. You are that very strong, quick stream of energy here. That's what I want to say, and that's how your person sees you. They see you as very expansive, very quick, very moving, like a stream, like a very quick river. You flow on and you go on. And yeah, with here with the 10 of Wands, like, your person feels like they cannot step in the same you twice. They cannot step in the same river that is you twice, and they feel like you might maybe over improve yourself or improve yourself in such a fast pace that your person would not be able to keep up with you. They feel a little bit almost like out of their out of depth with you, in a sense. They feel like they can't match up to you or catch up to you as quickly as you are moving, and that troubles them a little bit here, because they feel like they are maybe a bit more reflective, they are maybe a bit more slow to you, and that just, there is a little bit of a mismatch here, but not something that couldn't be addressed, of course. Your person sees you as someone very optimistic, someone who tends to look on the brighter side of things, someone who might have been through a lot in the past, and you always do tend to pick yourself up. You do tend to pick yourself up very quickly. I'm sensing here with the swords here. So with the 6 of Swords, your person feels like there has been a lot in your past that you had to deal with. There has been a lot that you went through, that you overcame in your life, and they just feel like you do tend to have that perspective where you look on the brighter side of things, because that's something that keeps you going, that's what keeps you moving forward. Your person also feels like you might not be as reflective, even though we have like the Four of Swords here coming through as well. But that, I feel like this Four of Swords is talking more about your person than necessarily about you. It feels like your person, you know, feels like they are a bit more of a reflective type of energy than you are. You do tend to just feel as though you are a very quick moving person. This does not mean that you don't think about things or reflect upon things. It just feels like your person is a more reflective person, is more someone who considers things longer than you do. And that's something that they worry about a little bit. Again, you know, coming back to the story that I was talking about before, your person does tend to be a little bit concerned, I want to say, but maybe concerned is also like a too strong a word. Just in regards to the relationship, if you two are in a relationship, of course, again, take this as if it resonates, or if you know you are moving towards a relationship, or if there is a possibility of a relationship, your person is considering the compatibility here. They see you as someone very optimistic, someone who tends to look on the brighter side of things, but they're just considering here the possibilities of, in a way, being together, the possibilities of there being enough structure in your lives, because it feels like your person does need a bit more structure in their lives. And this might just be, you know, a twin flame situation for some of you, where some of you are a bit more, you know, as I was saying, expansive, a fast moving energy, and your twin is the opposite, or your soulmate, or, you know, your relationship partner is the opposite of you, is someone who is more steady, stable, slow, is more around the pentacle areas, you know, just moving very slowly, moving very steadily, doing the same things most of the time, you know, finding that comfort in stability, comfort in habits, you know. And this is like, it's reminding me of some typical twin flame situations, you know, where one partner is, you know, maybe very expansive, very quick moving, very fiery, very just a very flexible energy, and the other one is like the opposite of that, and that's why they complement each other very well here. And that's, you know, often I sense that in twin flames, because they tend to be very different. They tend to be like the opposite of each other as well. It doesn't have to be for all of them, but for some of them that's definitely the case. So for you guys, I do feel like there is this this type of energy present, where one partner is, as I was saying, very expansive, very much that fast moving, almost impulsive type of energy with the Chariot here, and the other one is a bit more reflective, very steady, very much a creature of habits. Might be an earth sign as well, might be a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo. So, you know, that type of energy, and you feel more like a fire sign, maybe even an air sign here. So it's that type of more fast moving energy here that I'm feeling for you, even though you do come off with the 10 of Pentacles here, but this is more about how you are in the physical dimension, how well you are doing in the physical dimension. It feels like from the perspective of your person, you're doing incredibly well in the physical perspective here. You feel like you have all the abundance, everything that you might need or want, everything is here for you. Also, your person does see you as the winner here. They see you as someone who prevails over everything, prevails over any type of obstacle or any type of blockage, any type of problem. You're someone who is, I'm feeling like, very resourceful, someone who is very much also a people person, even though you might be an introvert, but you do tend to play well with others. You are someone who is socially excited and also desirable. Someone who is socially desirable. So someone who people want to have around at parties, because you tend to bring a special kind of uplifting energy to that party. You tend to bring some type of spark or something. You tend to bring something different, maybe a different type of perspective as well. And people love having that around. People love having that energy, as I was saying before, like that spark, that flexibility, that changing energy around, you know. They like to hear your stories about that as well, because you tend to have this expansiveness about you here. You also tend to be very successful in the things that you do. Your person sees you as someone who is maybe a social butterfly here as well, even though you might not see yourself in that way. But as I'm saying, you know, your person is very much a more of a reclusive, more like a hermit type energy. They're coming off as very much an opposite of you here, and that's why they might even, you know, play up some of the traits that you might think are a bit more mellow. So you might not see yourself as this very expansive energy, as this quick moving energy, but your person is coming from their own perspective, their perspective of, you know, being and coming off as this type of energy, you know, this type of reflective energy, just calm, very hermit like in its stability, just doing what is necessary, you know, not wanting to start anything new too much, like looking and flirting with newness, but also, you know, finding that steadiness and that stability also in their day-to-day life. And I'm finding it very curious how there are almost like two aspects of this reading. There are two types of energies. Like there is the energy of you going up like this, and then there is the energy of your person, mostly just centered around here. I find that just very, very interesting, because that was not present in the other piles, which is of course again making me feel like this might be a twin flame reading. So your energy of your twin might be, you know, seeping through you into this reading as well, because we are asking, you know, how do they see you, not how they are, how your person is. But in your reading here, like their energy is very strongly present, so it might be a very strong indication here that you might be dealing with your twin flame here. Do of course take this if it resonates, you know. If it doesn't resonate and you don't resonate with the twin flame thematic or labels, please do not make it fit. All right. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. They see you as very expansive, quick moving, impulsive, sometimes very passionate as well. They see you as, you know, a fire sign, or you might be a fire sign, or you might have a fire rising sign. That would mean, you know, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or you might be more in the sphere of the air signs here, I'm sensing. So we have Gemini here. We also have, you know, Aries here strongly represented, so the energy of Aries as well. But, you know, there is the energy of Gemini here as well as the energy of Aquarius. So someone who is a visionary, quick thinker, someone who thinks outside of the box and thinks differently from other people here as well. We also have the energy of Libra a little bit represented here. I'm sensing into that, especially with the Two of Cups here, you know, that equality that I was talking about before, that equal exchange of energy. I'm definitely sensing into that in this reading as well here. All right, so let's see what else comes up for you guys. So for pile number 3, Spirit, for pile number 3, how do they see pile number 3? How does the pile number 3's person see pile number 3? So we have the Two of Wands again that wand energy, again that expansiveness, again that feeling of doing something new, going for something new, feeling that adventurous spirit here as well, you know, wanting to try something new, wanting to try this new adventure, wanting to try this new thing. So anything that is new is better. In a way, you are that type of person who wants to try new things, that wants to go on new adventures, who wants to just experience new things. You know, you're a very expansive person, someone who does not shy away from expansiveness. And again, we have fire here, you know, so more fire energy coming through in terms of how they see you. Also, something else, Spirit, do you want to share something else for pile number 3? So how do they see them? How does pile number 3's person see them, Spirit? Do they see them? Maybe a few more cards. They see them. How does pile number 3's person see them? Okay, so we also have here the 8 of Cups coming through for you guys. So yeah, it feels like your person is very concerned about you walking away from this connection, or them not being enough for you guys in this connection here. This might just be you know, like deep-seated insecurities of your person here. You know, they are very much concerned about losing you because they feel like they cannot match up to the fast-paced energy that you bring to the table. But this is, of course, something that they do need to address in themselves, or that you two need to address together if you two, you know, want to continue this relationship or want to build on this relationship further. I do want to get maybe a message for this 8 of Cups here. So just like a clarifier, something like some type of guidance. So Spirit, for this 8 of Cups, please, what type of guidance would you give us? What type of guidance would you give pile number 3 in terms of this 8 of Cups here? So how can they conduct themselves around their person? How can they, you know, help this out, help this energy out? So for pile number 3, it's a bit too many. Maybe just one card, please, Spirit, for pile number 3. Okay. All right, so we have I am pure, Spirit, coming through, and this card says, I recognize the true beauty of my being. I am the spirit of love shining brightly. So this card to me is making it mean that, you know, your person needs you to just recognize them as being enough in what they are. I feel like your person just needs some extra recognition that they are enough, that they are doing enough, that they are good the way they are, that you do not want them to be something other than what they are, that they are already good as they are, basically, because they just have these insecurities here building up about not matching up to your type of energy. And you just need to let them know, if this is indeed the case for you guys, that they are okay, that they are loved, that they are recognized as what they are, you know, that they are good and beautiful and loved the way that they are, even though they are not the same type of energy expression, or do not express energy in the same way that you express your energy. All right, so if you do feel like you love your person, even though there is this dynamic between the two of you, do recognize that, do let them know, do communicate that, because I feel like they need you to recognize the beauty within them as well. They have been feeling maybe a little bit insecure concerning their masculinity here with the Emperor reversed as well, concerning all of this. You know, they might not have been feeling good enough for you in terms of all of this, and they just might need a little bit of extra recognition about them just being enough, them being loved, even though, you know, they are not like you, because they feel like they have to compare themselves to you, and when they start to compare themselves to you, they feel like they can't match up to this, that they are not good enough for you, and they feel like you might leave this connection, or just in a way remove yourself a little bit from this connection, because they might not be as quick and fast-paced in their day-to-day life as you are here. And they just need that to be made clear, that they are enough, that they do not have to change themselves, or they do not need to compare themselves to someone else, and that they are basically enough in themselves as they are. All right, so that's what's coming up here with these cards. So yeah, that's all I have for you for today, my beautiful pile number 3. I do hope this reading resonated. It got a little bit more specific here on this side of things. So if this situation does not resonate for you, please do not make it fit. Please just, take what resonates and leave the rest for others who do need to hear these messages right now. So also, if you would maybe like a personal reading, I am available for those right now as well. So you can also find all the information about that in my website or in the description box down below. You can just send me an email booking a personal reading. So yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for sharing your energy with me today. It was truly interesting to read for you today, because we had these 2 clusters of energy popping up here. So that was very fascinating, very interesting to read. Do let me know how this resonated for you guys in the comment section down below. I would be very interested to hear about your perspective and your situations concerning this specific reading as well here. So yeah, thank you again for being here, for listening, for sharing your energy, and I do hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Take care, you guys, and bye-bye. Mwah.